Hello everyone and welcome back to our yet another training session on NuruBooks Accounting Software Certificate course. In this session, which is our unit number 7, we are going to talk about the opening account balances. We shall have only one session where we are going to talk about the posting of opening balances in NuruBooks Accounting Software. But before we dive into the discussion, we need to first of all understand what are opening balances. So opening balances, in simple terms, are those amounts that a business starts with when they are setting up the accounting record in NuruBooks accounting software for the very first time. These amounts will be entered when you're starting this accounting software for the very first time. For example, you could have been working with another software or another tool. For example, you could have been working with Excel maybe for the last 3 years, and now you want to level up your accounting using a more comprehensive system like NuruBooks, and now you want to enter amounts for the very first time in your software. So you could be having balances of your cash. Maybe you're starting NuruBooks on 1st of January 2026. So you have the balances of cash from 2025, bank balances from 2025, stock balances from 2025, your data of 2025, and so on. So you want to enter these as opening balances. So how do we enter these amounts in NuruBooks accounting software? Is there a workspace or a functional area for it or a page? The answer is actually no. As you have seen from unit 1 to unit number 6, you have been able to appreciate the fact that as we create our accounts, we enter the opening balances as well. Case in point is the creation of customers. Under our customers workspace, you can see that under the customers functional area, we have already created our customers, and some of these customers had balances from the previous period. For example, Sarah here, we look at Sarah, she has an opening balance, and when we are creating Sarah, if I just try to edit, you would see that Sarah's financial record has an opening balance. This has already been created. Similarly, if you look at just what we have just done, I think we have just worked out the assets. You've seen that our assets were entered with opening balances. We were able to put the opening balances of accumulated depreciation and also the acquisition cost. So opening balances, as you can see in NuruBooks, are supposed to be entered at the point of creating your various accounts. Could be suppliers, could be customers, could be the bank. I think we created a bank item here, Diamond Trust Bank. If you try to look at what we did here, you would see that the bank actually has an opening balance. So we have already entered our opening balances. However, that is not enough. We need to confirm that all the opening balances have actually been entered. So what we are going to do, we are going to go back to our training course sheet here and confirm that all these have been entered. So what you're going to do, you're going to review your work, your NuruBooks, a copy of your NuruBooks, look at plant and machinery. This is what you have as opening balance: furniture, computers, motor vehicles, the bank balance, the suppliers. We had only beta traders. We have put our opening balance there. The customers, these ones had balances. Now, the last part that we shall have to confirm are the retained earnings and the share capital. Now, before we go into share capital and retained earnings, what I want you to note, friends, is that as you're entering these opening balances, NuruBooks does most of the accounting for you. NuruBooks is a more advanced enterprise level accounting software which has been built with the goal of helping you do most of the accounting. So most of the accounting or entering of these opening balances or the debit and the credit has already been done for you in the background without even noticing. As you enter these opening balances, some of these opening balances, the normal balance is a debit, others, the normal balance is a credit. So it means that you enter, for example, the opening balance of a customer, like what we did here. When you look at Sarah's opening balance of 800,000, as you enter this opening balance, you have no worries of where the credit is or debit is. Your work is just to input this, and then NuruBooks posting engine does all the posting for you. And then again, also Mobezi, Moses here, Excel, they all had opening balances. So you had to just enter the opening balance without worry of the accounting. So how is the accounting? Briefly, the accounting is that each time you enter an opening balance, for example, Sarah's opening balance of 800,000 has a normal balance, which is a debit. So the credit has to go somewhere, of course, basing on the rules of double entry. So where does the credit go? The credit, friends, goes to an account on the chart of accounts, which is called opening balance equity. So that is found under equity. So when you come here, under equity down here, you see an account known as opening balance equity. This is the control account for all your opening balance postings on NuruBooks. As you can see, this account is marked as system, meaning that you cannot delete it, you cannot edit it. It's going to be very hard for you. The reason is that it is a system account. It's a protected account, and you cannot really change it, because if you remove it, it means you've distorted the entire posting engine on NuruBooks accounting software. So some of these accounts, you're going to find that they have the word system on them. So if you find an account has system on it, just it means it has a role. It has a role it plays in completing the double entry. And again, as I've mentioned, this is a more advanced system. It is one of those current systems which have really built on very sophisticated technology. So most of the accounting today is taken away from you, and it's of course being conducted by the software itself. So some of these accounts you don't need to worry. Like if you look at the retained earnings, a system account. If you look at VAT payable, payroll, liability, accounts payable, all these are system accounts because they work on elements of financial statements which you simply input, like accounts payable. These are your suppliers. As you're inputting the suppliers, this account controls all those transactions, takes care of the double entry and all that. So for the opening balances, the opening balance equity account will always be here. But what does it mean for the opening balance equity not have a figure here? It means that you have actually correctly entered all your opening balances. If the opening balance equity account has an amount here, it means that you have not entered your opening balances correctly, and that's going to cause very big problems. So you must look over and over and over again to ensure that you have entered all your opening balances. Now, if you have been following the training very, very closely and you're now at unit 7, you've not skipped a video, you've not skipped a unit, it means you should only be having 2 items unentered in terms of opening balances, and that is the share capital account and the retained earnings. Now, for the retained earnings, because it's a system account and you cannot post to it, you have to create a retained earnings. Okay, as you can see, I have a retained earnings 2 here and another retained earnings. This, don't worry about the 1 and 2, it's supposed to be 1. There is a 2 because I was really testing something, so I created retained earnings 2. But you must have a retained earnings account. So what did I do? I simply came here, created a new account, gave it 603 as code. Account type is equity. Of course, it's retained earnings. Remove that 2. Don't worry about the 2. It is an equity account, a sub account. Normal balance is a credit. And then I made it a child of a system account retained earnings. Now, that way, I was able to post the opening balance, which was 1,276,250 million. Okay, so this is our opening retained earnings balance, which I posted right there. Then I also created a share capital account. Okay, if I just edit it here, you would see that my share capital account 901 equity account as the account type. Account name is share capital account. You can give it your name, what you're comfortable. Subtype is equity. It is a child. I gave it a parent, which is equity. I was able to enter this opening balance, and then I created the account. So if you enter 1,276,250 and 20 million on share capital and retained earnings respectively, then your opening balance equity account should come to zero, because this is a contra account. It shouldn't have any amount on it. It should only be used for opening balances, and after entering the opening balances, after that entire exercise of entering the opening balances, it should cancel out. Figures should go out, should season out, should not have any value. Otherwise, with that, I congratulate you for reaching this far. You've just completed unit 7 of the NuruBooks accounting software certificate course. And now you're going to proceed to unit number 8, where we are going to work with the suppliers. Then we shall work with the customers, and you will be moving towards the end of this course. I wish you all the best. See you in the next session. Thank you.